I would go a step further and say that apart from policy as well, you actively had Americans in the executive branch at the time of the Reagan administration also sort of breaking American law with the Solars and Pressler amendments as well, by recertifying Pakistan again and basically allowing for aid to continue to flow to Pakistan. If you could, for our audience, give a brief sort of summary of what the Solars and the Pressler amendments were and how this was routinely flouted by members of the executive branch to continue to provide aid to Pakistan and also to look away from Pakistan's nuclear program.
Well, this is complicated, and there's a difference. There's no certification involved pretty much with the Solars Amendment.
It's the Pressler Amendment.
The Pressler Amendment required a presidential certification.
Right.
I'll try to explain it. I mean, there's a history to it. Back around 1984, a Pakistani named Nazir Vaid was arrested for attempting to illegally export
Tritron.
some very specialized high-speed switches for firing sets of nuclear weapons known as Critrons. And
Tritrons,
he was
yes.
arrested, and basically forces in our government pretty much got him on a plane out of the country, to put it in a nutshell. Okay. And this enraged people in Congress like Steve Solars and many others. And so, in response to the handling of the Critron case, the Vaid case, they passed an amendment to the Foreign Assistance Act, which came to be known as the Solars Amendment. And the Solars Amendment, I mean, I can't remember the exact text, but first of all, it was not Pakistan specific. The Pressler Amendment, which we'll get to in a minute, was Pakistan specific. The Solars Amendment stated that any country that exports illegally or attempts to export illegally U.S. equipment or technology for the purpose of nuclear weapons development or manufacture shall have all of its foreign and military aid terminated. So, that's a very big deal right there, right?
Yeah.
So that's hanging over the policy picture with the Afghan war and the Russians, okay? That's why it became so important, because there were forces in our government, including the CIA Director of Operations, the regional office in the State Department, and the Reagan White House, that certainly did not want aid to Pakistan or the Mujahideen terminated. Okay, so that's one guillotine that's hanging there in the air. The other one was the Pressler Amendment, and this was based on Pakistan's continuing enrichment and weapons activities that concerned a considerable number of members of Congress. And this law required the president to certify annually on October 1st that Pakistan did not possess a nuclear explosive device. So it was Pakistan specific, and it required an annual certification by the President of the United States.